It's a respectful attitude towards ourselves, that when something arises in our experience, the willingness to let that something be itself, be free to express itself, is a form of self-love, I believe. Now, I know that's different than maybe what we've been conditioned to feel around difficult sensations. But to allow what's showing up here, the freedom to be, is an expression of our own deep desire to just be. And unless we let all those little pockets of uncomfortable energy in our being just be, it will never amount to just letting our whole being just be. Okay, so this person activates a certain energy in my system and I don't want to feel it. Cool, that's where we start. And then what I had mentioned was that, but wait, this feeling is part of my experience, and part of honoring myself in this moment in life is to, at the very least, give this sensation, the feeling, my acknowledgement, and a willingness to just give it the space to be as best I can. Because of course, there's a lot of your nervous system that is invested in suppressing or pushing away this energy, right? It's just the way it is. So I'm not saying that when we turn towards these energies, it's like abracadabra and, you know, it's wonderful or easy, not at all. But all I'm trying to underscore here is that it's so worth it to practice being open to these energies, because they'll just keep coming back in different ways, and they might even get more intense. You know, like the situations that need to evoke the energy will get more intense. And so very often with this being with the energy that has been brought forward, helps us to avert any kind of more intense messages that the system might have to send us to get us to pay attention. And the other thing is that this energy that's being activated in your heart is actually a gift, in the sense that it wouldn't be coming to the surface if it didn't need to be given the space to transform itself in order to fuel your forward movement as a soul. So it's about developing, or being willing to develop, a friendlier attitude towards these admittedly challenging energies. We wouldn't be calling them challenging if they hadn't, you know, if they didn't feel difficult. But I guess the point I'm trying to convey here is that it is so worth it. And it is the direct path. An analogy that has worked for me in the past is that our capacity for presence right now for these energies is kind of limited, because we haven't really practiced it, really. We haven't really been taught the importance of it through example, or through our life experiences so far. We haven't been taught to listen to that deep level. In fact, if anything, our culture tells us anything that's painful, just distract yourself from it with anything possible, you know, whether it's food or alcohol or whatever, TV, phone, blah, blah, blah. And so we haven't really been taught the value of completely meeting ourselves in this kind of intimate way. And so our capacity for presence is about this big. Let's say we have a bucket of water, and we throw a handful of dirt in that bucket of water. It's going to get pretty cloudy and murky and all of that, right? So the capacity for a small bucket is not that great to dissolve the dirt, which is kind of an energetic disturbance, okay? But when our presence expands so that we're now a bathtub, we put, and this comes through practice, just bringing presence to more and more of our inner experience, Then we throw a handful of dirt in there, and yeah, the water will be cloudy, but not as cloudy as it would have been in the bucket. And then we put it in a pond, and we put it in a lake, and we put it in an ocean. You don't even see it. When your presence is as big as an ocean, then when you are in the presence of various energies that are maybe lower vibration or whatever you want to call them, it just gets dissolved in your presence. You hardly even notice them anymore, and maybe not even at all.